Today we will talk about Hackerrank. So we will talk about three things. First, what actually Hackerrank is, how you can use it to improve your problem solving skills, and why it is important to you. Right? So what Hackerrank is? It is a online platform, which provides you with hundreds and thousands of programming questions in different categories like artificial intelligence, data structures, algorithms, SQL, and whatnot. It has like hundreds and thousands of problems which you can solve to improve your problem solving skills, right? So to see what it does and how it does, we will visit hackerrank.com. So yeah, I will open hackerrank.com on my browser. So you just have to type hackerrank.com, and here it is. So you will need to sign up for this to start solving problems. So here is the sign up button. I have already signed up, so I will just go to the login page. And yeah, so one thing to note here is like there are two login buttons here. So what you need to do is you will most probably log in with this login button, right? So what's the difference? This section is for the candidates like you and me who want to improve their problem solving skills by attempting the problem solving questions, right? And here this section here is for companies who are actually hiring the people to as a software engineer or like whatever position. So this is for the companies and for the HRs to identify the potential candidates. So we will be logging with this one. So let's just log in with this. You can log in through maybe LinkedIn, GitHub, Google, or you can just sign up. So I have already signed up with LinkedIn, so I will just enter my password and sign in. Okay, so it will ask you for basic permissions, yeah, like your name, photo, and email address, so we can just like allow it safely. So now it will redirect me to the HackerRank website. Right. So here is the dashboard and homepage for HackerRank website. So how we can use it? So this is the main dashboard we'll be using, which is selected by default. So here we can see like we have different categories and different columns. So this one is like related to interview preparation kit. So they have like assigned some problem solving questions in this category. This is some general problem solving, and if we scroll down you can see like there are lots and lots of categories. So there are algorithms, data structures, artificial intelligence, and if you want to get proficient in some language, some specific language, you can also select that language from here, right? So we will like just start with some basic problem solving. So I will click on continue practice. Maybe on your newly created account you will get something like start practice or something. So there will be a minor difference. So let's just jump into it and see how we can use HackerRank to improve our problem solving skills. So here are some filters we can use. Okay, so let's say we want to start with easy difficulty questions for the beginners. So we will just select easy, and it will give me the problems which are categorized as easy. Here are also some other categories which we can filter. So I will just leave it as is for now. So let's see which problem we can solve. We have different categories. I have switched to algorithms. Okay, so this is the very basic problem, and I will use it to just show you how we can use HackerRank platform. So we will just click on this solved. It will be solved. It will be a button like this, solve challenge for you, but as I have already solved it, so it is showing me solved. So I will go to it again. So here is our problem, right, which we need to solve. So how it presents the problem is, first of all, it will give you the problem statement, what you actually need to do. So it is asking us to write a function to compute the sum of two integers. So it is also giving the function prototype, which is this. So it should match this prototype, and it is explaining the inputs of this function. So a is the first integer, b is the second integer, very obvious. And what should be the return value of this function, which will be sum of the above two integers, right? Very simple, very basic. So here is some sample input. to explain the problem more clearly. So let's say the first input is 2, the second input is 3. So what should be the output? It should be 5, like 2 plus 3 is equal to 5, like, right? So they have also explained why the output is 5, because if we add the two integers, they will output the 5, right? So if we scroll down here, here is the actual editor which we will use for solving our problem. So here is a drop down. You can select to select the language. You can select the language, whichever language you want, right? I use Python, so I will go for Python and solve this problem. Solve this problem in Python. uh, okay, so I have selected Python, and it has changed the dummy code in Python language. So here is the function I need to solve, right? So what should this function do? It should simply return a plus b, right? So this will address the problem statement they have given me. So there are two buttons here now. One is to submit the code and the other one is run the code, right? So before submitting, I want to make sure that my code is running. So we will just click this run code button to see if it is running, if there is any syntax error, or maybe there are any logical errors or not, right? So what it says congratulations, you have passed the sample test cases, right? So what test cases are? Test cases are the piece of code which we write to test the code we already have written, right? So test cases test the code we have written. I would strongly recommend you guys to see test cases, what test cases are and why we need test cases, because this is the really important topic for in the domain of programming. So for example, this is a very basic test case in which they will give these two values to our function, like they will pass 2 and 3 to our function, and this test case expect that the output should be 5, right? This should be 5. This is actually the expected output which they expect, and this is the output which our program given out, right? So our output matches the expected output here, so it means this test case passed. Here is another test case with different values, and it also our output and the expected output matches, so this test case also passed. So they have also some hidden test cases which they won't show to you. So your code must pass all the test cases they have in their database. So let's suppose we think that our code will run against all the edge cases and against all the test cases. So I think I'm done with it, so I will just submit the code here. So let's see if it passes all the test cases or not. Right. So again, congratulations, you solved this challenge. So for this problem, there were only two test cases. So, but there can be multiple test cases, right? So this shows that we have successfully solved this challenge, and it has passed against all the test cases, right? So now we think we have passed the basic level. Now we need another challenge with a little more difficulty level. So we can just click this next challenge button here. Right. So, they will give you another problem with the same interface, right? So that's basically it. What it does is will provide you with hundreds and thousands of problem solving questions, and you can keep on solving those questions and improve your problem solving skills. Make sure that you update the difficulty of the problems, maybe after a couple of weeks or maybe after a month. So like this one here, it is mentioned that this difficulty is also easy, right? So you don't want to solve 100 questions of easy difficulty, right? That won't add any value to you after some time. So make sure you increase the difficulty level. So if we go to the practice session again, and let's say we go to problem solving again, and now instead of easy, I will select medium difficulty, and we will see that it will update the problem statements here, right? So these are some new problems of difficulty medium. So this will like really help you to improve your problem solving skills. So now coming back to our third question, like why it is important to you. So I have given a lot of interviews, and a lot of companies around the world use Hackerrank to filter the candidates to which they want to call for the next round, right? So what they will do is, like, after screening you in the first round, they will send you a link to a HackerRank test, which you will open, and then there will be a set of questions which you need to solve in given time. So in the example we just saw, there was no time limit. So but in the test they will send you, there will be a time limit. Like maybe they can send you a test to solve three problems in 2 hours, or whatever the time constraint is, but there is usually a time constraint to solve the problems. So after that you will run your code, you will try to pass all the test cases, and then you will submit your code, and then they will review the code. So you will just submit the code, you will click the submit, and it will automatically be submitted to them and will be emailed to them. So after that they will review your code, they will see if like test cases pass, and if you are up to their requirements. So if they think you match their requirements, so then they will shortlist you for the next round, and then that next round can be in-person interview with their technical member, or the Skype interview. So that would be the next round. So yeah, that's pretty much about HackerRank and why you should be familiar with it and why you should use it. So in next episode we will see how we can solve problems, and how we can approach the problems, how we can understand the problems, and how we can basically brush up our problem solving skills. So see you later.